Looking to move in the Sacramento area and you don't want to pay HOAs, you don't want to pay melo-roos, and you don't want any hidden fees. In this video, we go over 10 neighborhoods in the Sacramento area where there are no HOAs, no melo-roos, no hidden fees, so you can keep more money in your pocket. Now, the last neighborhood on this list, honestly, about 99% of realtors do not know about this neighborhood. It is a private custom home community in Carmichael, California that also has security. It has a gate, but no HOAs and no melo-roos. It's pretty cool, and we're gonna show you this one at the end of the video. In Sacramento County alone, there's over 1,000 HOA communities, and melo-roos basically becoming standard practice for anyone who's buying a new home or a newly built home. And the melo-roos, guys, it can be anywhere from $100 to $1,000 every single month, and that's pretty crazy. So that's why I came up with this video. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of 10 communities that you don't have to deal with HOAs. You don't have to deal with melo-roos. There aren't any hidden fees, because it's getting to be a little out of control here in the Sacramento area, and some people, myself included, just want to buy a house, don't want to deal with an HOA, don't want to deal with paying additional taxes like a melo-roos bill, and I want to show you guys these 10 communities that actually you can do this. Now, one of the most common questions I get from people who are looking to buy a new home: are there any new home communities that don't have melo-roos? The answer pretty much is no. I mean, there might be one or two custom boutique builders, but for the most part, that cost is passed on to the home price. So melo-roos is basically standard practice, and like I said, that can range anywhere from $100 to about $1,000 every single month. That's a little out of control. The reason why I'm doing this video right now is because about 5 months ago, I got a letter from my HOA. It said any person living in the community that had more than 5 cracks in their driveway needed to repave their driveway, which is about $11,000 to $15,000 cost. So part of me, I was thinking about this, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what, maybe it's time that I move out of the HOA or have a plan to, because when I get older, I don't want these added fees. I don't want these added costs. I might have to run really lean, and an HOA cost that's really, really high that makes you do crazy things like repave your driveway just on demand, or a melo-roos fee that basically is paying for all these parks, schools, and everything too, which I see benefit to, but you know, why am I paying for that, right? Why shouldn't the builders pay for it? So it's getting a little out of control. So this is why the genesis of this video, the reason why I wanted to give you guys 10 communities that I myself am looking at, because in about 5 years, I'm probably gonna make the jump to a non-HOA and non-melo-roos community. So let's get into it. Okay, so before we bring out the maps and we start talking about the 10 spots, let's talk about the thumbnail. Now, if you look at these bullseyes right here, the ones that I created on the thumbnail, you're going to see that these areas right here, the Folsom Ranch, Anatolia, Rancho area, and the Vineyard Elk Grove area, are some of the areas in the Sacramento metro that have the most melo-roos, highest melo-roos, and communities that have melo-roos. These areas, for the most part, even if you're not getting a brand new home, you probably will have melo-roos. Melo-roos is a taxable bond that you as a homeowner have to pay every single year, every single month. So it's an additional maybe like between $100 to sometimes as much as like $500 or $600 every single month to help build up a community. It pays for the parks, the schools, the roads, all that kind of stuff. It is what California used to pay a long time ago. The builders took on a majority of it, and now the builders are kind of passing it on a little bit more onto the homeowners. So melo-roos are something that a lot of people ask me, how long will they last? Don't count on them ending. You can't really control them. You know, some say 20, 24 years, but at the same time, another melo-roos bond can be put on top of it as well too if you need more schools or more fire departments and everything like that. So this thumbnail right now represents, for the most part, the areas of the Sacramento metro where if you see a house pop up and it's basically something that was built maybe in like 2000 and maybe 10 and more, you're probably gonna have to pay some sort of melo-roos tax on it. And if you're buying a new home in these areas as well too, I haven't seen a community yet that doesn't have melo-roos. So that's an additional fee that you're gonna have to pay. So that means if you want to run lean, you want to travel to Italy, that's something you still have to pay every single month without fail. All right, so number 1, East Sacramento. East Sacramento is always been a big heavy hitter in the Sacramento area. I mean, fantastic location. You got the fabulous 40s there too. If you're looking for homes that kind of have that whole old historic kind of vibe to them, 1920s, basements, nicely restored homes, really like tree-lined streets, really set back. Each house looks so custom, so individual. This is the kind of area you go to. Like I said, like the location is fantastic. During the holiday season, they have like light shows where you can go down the streets. Price point is a hard one to get into, and that's why we kind of started with the top, one of the more expensive areas. And this is East Sacramento. So why do I like it? No HOAs, no melo-roos. Now, East Sacramento, I'd say like, we're going to go over like some of the other areas in that area, but East Sacramento is one of the top spots. It's been one of those spots where homes appreciate, everybody knows every single street, house styles. People stay in East Sacramento, so people move around. They're definitely individual type homes. The price point is definitely up there. Now there's there's areas like the fabulous 40s, the thrifty 30s, which are still pretty expensive over there too. And they're just really, really nice homes. I would say if you're looking for an area that has a lot of charm, you're looking for something that's kind of like close to downtown. Again, you don't want melo-roos, you don't want HOAs, but you still want an amazing spot to live. Like East Sacramento is definitely like easily one of the top spots I would be looking at myself for. I like the fact that if I am going to spend something like around $1 million or whatnot on a house, that it's in an area where the price point supports it. There's houses that are $2 or $3 million there. It's a very, very nice area. Very good community vibe, lots of 4th of July parties. And like I said, it's a really, really nice spot. It's kind of been one of the staples in the Sacramento area for a long, long time. Everybody loves East Sacramento. Now, like I said, as far as location, you can't beat East Sacramento. The location is like right there, right near downtown Sacramento. The demand is tough in East Sacramento. Even though you might be looking at these price tags and going, there's just no way. Inventory is tough. Although right now I am seeing a little bit of a softening in the market. But at the same time, if something is priced right in East Sacramento, it will fly. And they don't do, a lot of people, like I would say 9 out of 10 of the homes that are being put on the market, you're looking at very high-end remodels, quartzite, you're looking at like the semi-textured, walls or imperfect smooth. I mean, like it's just amazing stuff. So if you're looking for something where you're saying to yourself, I want something that's kind of more custom, I want something that has a basement, kind of gives me that old school, maybe like Chicago vibe, this is where you go. So East Sacramento for me, I love it. And again, guys, this is probably one of the all-star communities that doesn't have HOAs or melo-roos. Okay, number 2, again, one of my favorites too. The Pocket Greenhaven. It is one of those spots where unless you live in Sacramento, you're not going to know about the Pocket Greenhaven. A lot of doctors, a lot of nurses live in the area, really close to Sacramento. It's a lot slower of a pace than a lot of like your East Sacramentos or your land parks. It's really, really nice. If you're looking for a place, community, right by the Sacramento River as well too. Really, really nice. The Pocket is amazing. Older homes, but not as old as maybe like, kind of like your East Sacramentos or land park. I would say it has a little bit more of like a South land park kind of vibe out there too, but right on the water. Garcia's Bend is over there too. Nice park, very, very nice community. And like I said, price point is not bad. Like I said, it's one of those spots again, it's not only just about the price point, it's about availability. You can find bigger houses as well too. If you're looking for something like with a great community vibe, if you're looking for something kind of close to the water, you want something that's a little slower pace than maybe your East Sacramentos, maybe than your land parks and everything too. This is a great option. I have had more people fall in love with the Pocket than almost any other area in the Sacramento metro. Like I said, it's still pretty much like maybe about 12 minutes from downtown. You're still on SMUD. Demand is still pretty good over there. Price point is a lot more affordable than your East Sacramentos and land parks. And again, guys, no HOAs, no melo-roos, right by the water, guys. You can't really beat the Pocket Greenhaven. All right, so that would be number 2. Okay, so let's go to number 3, and this is Curtis Park. Curtis Park, what can I say about it? It's kind of a smaller version of maybe your land park or your East Sacramento. Still got that kind of charm that those areas have. Curtis Park, everybody, I kid you not, almost everybody in Curtis Park knows each other. Curtis Park, I mean, it's just a community vibe, no HOAs, no melo-roos. They call it, though, like a very community-friendly area. I'd say if you're looking for something that like basically everybody lives in your community, you have a lot of those neighborhood parties, gatherings, you're close to downtown, all that stuff too, Curtis Park is great. I would say out of all the communities we're looking at right now, I would say Curtis Park probably is the one where you're going to find there's not a lot of inventory that hits the market at Curtis Park. And when they go, they go. Now, Curtis Park has like other options. They have smaller homes there too. They got bungalows. They got like other options in Curtis Park, which makes it nice. I would say for someone who's looking maybe to like, they're moving out of Tahoe Park. They're not maybe ready for like a big East Sacramento home or land park home. Curtis Park is that little kind of like that medium spot, right? It fits so nicely. It's a great spot. Like I said, the location is fantastic. Really, really tight-knit community as well too. It's got that tree-lined streets, Lots of trees everywhere, a lot of biking, a lot of jogging, a lot of nice coffee shops close to restaurants. Curtis Park is really, really nice. Like I said, for the price point, like you're going to see it, it's going to be a little bit more, it's going to be a little bit more affordable than your East Sacramento's or your Upper Land Parks. It's a nice area. You're going to see a little bit more of the smaller square footage in Curtis Park, but it's also an amazing location, amazing spot. So if you're looking for something community, if you're looking for something close to downtown, but you don't really want to go up to that East Sacramento price tag or Land Park price tag, Curtis Park is an amazing spot if you can find the inventory. And like I said, you're on SMUD, no HOAs, no melo-roos. I really, really love Curtis Park, and it'd be one of those spots that I would look at myself. Okay, so next, let's bring it to Folsom, California, where we go to Briggs Ranch. I did a video about Briggs Ranch. It's one of those areas in Folsom. I think a lot of people don't even know about Briggs Ranch. I love the area. I love the location, right by Folsom Lake. Talking to my buddy Javier, not really, homeowners insurance isn't that crazy over there too. You're on SMUD. Private, you're kind of like still close to everything. I like Briggs Ranch a lot. It's just a small little separate community from everything else. It's not like your Lexington Hills. It's not like your Empire Ranch. And the best part about it for me, no HOAs, no melo-roos, and you're close to Folsom Lake. Now look at this price tag. Look at these homes. Really, really nice single family homes. Some of them do have the tri-levels, but at the same time, they're really, really cute. Demand here is still pretty high. A lot of people don't know about this area, and I think since I did my first video on Briggs Ranch, a lot of people have been reaching out to me straight up about Briggs Ranch, and there hasn't been a whole lot of inventory. Like I said, it's really in demand because in Folsom, as you know, especially with everything happening in Folsom Ranch, there's a lot of melo-roos over there. There's also communities like Empire Ranch that have HOAs, and so a community in Folsom that has nice style homes that can go anywhere from basically like 650 all the way to like maybe 1.2 or 1.3 like Briggs Ranch is really in demand. Like you said, you're a little bit further into Folsom. So I'd say maybe downtown, maybe you're looking at maybe 35-40 minutes to get to downtown. I would say utilities, you're on SMUD. Price point, as you saw, it's pretty nice for these homes as well too. So Briggs Ranch, definitely, I would say, at least for me, it's one of those areas that's definitely in one of these neighborhoods for me that's definitely on my radar. Walkability, very, very high. Community vibe also just amazing. Okay, so now we're gonna flip it all the way to the 80, and we're talking East Roseville. Now, East Roseville is one of those spots that is hard to jump into, and it's harder to find communities in East Roseville that don't have HOAs. Melo-roos, you're not gonna find a lot of melo-roos in East Roseville, but for the most part, for HOAs, it's a hard thing. A lot of the communities do have HOAs. Kirby Ranch, I would say if you're looking for something in the 500s, 600s, 700s, I mean, that is an amazing spot. Great location. A lot of people overlook it, but if you look right here, it is right close to the 80. And honestly, as far as the price point goes, I don't know if you're gonna find more affordable in East Sacramento than Kirby Ranch. Really nice spot. Like I said, it's got the location. It's close to the gallery and the fountains, close to the freeway, close to also the medical in Roseville as well too. I would say to get downtown, maybe 35 minutes. Also, like, it's just a really, really nice neighborhood. I don't think a lot of people know about it. Now, because you're in Roseville Electric, so you're not on PG&E. So like Roseville Electric and SMUD go neck and neck, although I've been hearing a little bit interesting things about Roseville Electric lately. The price range is like all the way from like the mid fives to, I think I've seen stuff in Kirby Ranch going all the way to 950. So the price range is really nice over there too. And if you're looking for East Roseville specifically, you don't want to be in West Roseville where there's melo-roos, or a little bit further out there. And East Roseville might be the perfect spot for you, but you don't know East Roseville that well. I would say zone in on Kirby Ranch. If you can find something there, I still think it's probably the best bang for your buck in the East Roseville area. And it's one of my top neighborhoods easily in Roseville. Okay, so now let's flip it over to Fair Oaks. One of the areas that I absolutely love, this neighborhood, Phoenix Field, is amazing. I have some of my best friends that live in this area. I would say if you're looking for something in Fair Oaks, if you're looking for something that is like, you can get a nice little chunk of land, secure, private, near Phoenix Park, near a lot of green belt, a lot of lush land, near the water as well too. I mean, Phoenix Field is pretty amazing. Like I said, I didn't really know how amazing it was until we went to visit friends over there, like maybe about a couple years ago. We took a walk around the streets during the Halloween time, and it was just a community vibe. People were on their like lawns. Everyone kind of knew each other. And the price point isn't crazy over there as well too. I mean, a friend of ours got like an acre lot for a nice house. I think it was about $2,700, and he paid like $720 for it. Really an amazing spot. And like I said, one of my favorite things, guys, of course, no HOAs, no melo-roos. Fair Oaks is a very nice area, like I said, but for me, there, right, kind of near Curro Downs, really nice. And like I said, if you're looking for something, you know, and you're thinking to yourself, I want something that's in a nice community, I want something that is going to give me the size I want. I mean, look at this thing. Look at that thing. 905, 4-bedroom, 4-bath house, over 3,000 square feet, no HOAs, no melo-roos. This area easily in Fair Oaks, if you're looking for something, like I said, the non-HOA, no melo-roos community, and you still want that community vibe, you want that kind of like upscale vibe. You want the idea of having a house that's kind of separated out from the other houses. You're not going to see that density. Phoenix Field is pretty amazing. Like I said, it's close to everything, close to the water. It's got its own Phoenix Park over there too. Really nice. I can't say enough about this community. I'd say for downtown, maybe you're looking at 30 minutes. Demand, the truth is not a lot of people know about this area. So I think demand is low. And I think that keeps the price point a little bit down. But for me, like I said, this is one of those areas that probably sooner than later, I'm going to be looking at getting out of my HOA community. And this is definitely one of the heavy hitters on my list. Okay, so now we flip it up again to Folsom. And like I said, guys, Fair Oaks also is on SMUD, so you're not on PG&E for electric. Now, this is Rancho Diablo. It is right next to Briggs Ranch. It's another area that I absolutely love. A little smaller than Briggs Ranch, a little bit more undiscovered. Nothing, I mean, honestly, it is so hard to find anything that pops up in Rancho Diablo. It is a beautiful area. Like I said, it's kind of almost, it kind of still has that kind of Briggs Ranch vibe to it. It's really nice. Like I said, the price point is nice. Look at that. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,000 square feet, $850. No melo-roos, no HOA. You're close to Folsom Lake. You're close to the Greenbelt. You're close to pretty much everything. And it's just such a nice spot. Like I said, I'd say probably like half the amount of homes in Briggs Ranch, but Rancho Diablo is really nice. Again, I'd say probably to get to downtown, you're looking at maybe a 35-minute to 40-minute drive. You are definitely on SMUD. As far as price point, I'd say it's probably like neck and neck with Briggs Ranch. Really nice spot. And like I said, again, guys, this is another nice community in Folsom with no HOAs or no melo-roos. Okay, to the next. Okay, so now we're moving into Eldorado County, Eldorado Hills. Now, with all this stuff happening, homeowners insurance, with all the stuff happening with like PG&E, this community is still a community that I myself am considering. I like Ridgeview Village because I think for me, Eldorado Hills is a special place to live in. I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. I think as far as resort style vibe, I think as far as an area that I think is developing, growing, but still keeping a lot of the landscape and everything too. Eldorado Hills is so like, it's just an amazing spot to live. I mean, it's something that when you drive in there, you're not going to forget about it. It's just that nice of a spot to live. Now, for me, the only thing is that if you move into an area like Eldorado Hills, you have to understand that you're going to have to deal with PG&E bills. You're going to have to deal with probably a little bit higher homeowners insurance as well, too. So you want to keep your costs, like your melo-roos and your HOAs, down to a minimum. So for me, you have communities like Serrano, you have communities like Blackstone, you have communities like Promontory, you have stuff that has like HOA fees, and a lot of communities also have melo-roos, you know, especially if it's a newer built home, like, you know, Hidden Ridge, like, you know, the new home company is Ridgeview as well too. Ridgeview Village for me is kind of like a great community if you want everything that Eldorado Hills is like known for, like the views, the resort style vibe, everything, the schools, access, but like you still have that kind of seclusion and privacy. I think Ridgeview Village is that spot. Like I said, no melo-roos, no HOAs, and it still offers you an amazing location. You still have access to the 50s. So maybe as far as getting downtown, you're talking about maybe 35 minutes to 40 minutes, which is nice. I would even say that to get downtown, Ridgeview Village, depending on when you live there, is probably going to get you to downtown faster than a Briggs Ranch or like a Rancho Diablo, which I really like as well too. I think if you're someone who's like dead set on Eldorado Hills, even though it's PG&E country, I think Ridgeview Village is the spot to live in as far as to look at, right? I think the idea that if you can keep those expenses like melo-roos down, HOAs down, and you have to deal with like, you know, PG&E bills and everything too, this is going to make you feel a little bit easier with your added expenses, fees, and all that stuff too. Now, as far as the housing goes, beautiful houses built into the landscape of Eldorado Hills that we really love. Like I said, lush trees, views, individual houses. The thing about Ridgeview that's kind of interesting too is the fact that the village, it doesn't seem like it's tract homes, but I mean, it is. I mean, it was definitely like built out, but it looks really, really nice. People have taken very good care of their community over there too. It's a place where you're going to see like block parties, 4th of July parties. Neighbors are going to know each other. Neighborly is like a good thing over there too. And so like, I really love this community. You know, communities, like I said, like Serrano, your Blackstones, you're going to have HOAs, you're going to have melo-roos. This is one of the few communities I would say in Eldorado Hills that, even though, like I said, it's in like PG&E country, and they're having some problems with homeowners insurance, with the fire insurance, like this is a community I myself would definitely take a look at, just because I think there are so many pluses about this community. Like I think like the location, especially like here close to the 50, which means also you're close to some fire stations, which is going to help with the fire insurance as well too. You're close enough to the town center and shopping, and the location, like I said, if you're someone who maybe has to commute to downtown, it's not that bad. So all the pluses and everything are there for me. Now, I love the idea also that you're just like, you know, a couple stops from Folsom, maybe about a good like 12 minutes from Folsom. So you got the shopping at the Palladio. You have also like shopping like at Costco over there as well too. So everything's kind of at your fingertips, but you still have that privacy resort style vibe, views and everything too that you expect with Eldorado Hills. So as far as me, as far as a community with no HOAs, melo-roos, if you are looking in Eldorado County, if you are looking specifically in Eldorado Hills, I would say Ridgeview Village is definitely that spot you should definitely look at. It could be a winner for you. Okay, next on the list is Upper Land Park. Great location. Absolutely love it here. Close to the Sacramento River, close to everything, close to parks, nice homes as well too, older built that I like. The only thing I don't like about Upper Land Park and Land Park in general is the fact that they have those setback garages. I've worked with a lot of clients who have bigger cars, and that's been a big problem. A lot of people convert the setback garages into maybe ADUs or offices. But for me, that's the only thing that I'm not a big fan of about Land Park per se. But other than that, I really like the area. I think it's a little bit like, you know, it's like a East Sacramento, Curse Park, and Land Park all have somewhat the same kind of vibe. I'd say Land Park is probably like not as expensive as East Sacramento, probably a little bit more expensive than your Curse Park. Really, really nice spot, especially Upper Land Park. But I love the location. I love the vibe. If you're looking for something community, if you're looking for homes that are set back, if you're looking for homes that are a little bit like different than each other, I really love it. Like I said, there are a few things about the East Sacramento, Upper Land Park, and like Curse Park that could drive you crazy. Like some of the houses don't have those separators between properties, and so it kind of makes you wonder, like, where does one property start? Where does one property end? And in Land Park, they have those setback garages. But if you can get away from that, the area is amazing. And all three spots, like Curse Park, Upper Land Park, and East Sacramento, have shown solid growth, solid appreciation. I'd probably say East Sac is probably the leader on that one, but all these areas are really, really nice. And like I said, Upper Land Park for me, I love the location, close to Sacramento River, close to the 50. You know, it has everything that, at least for me, I really, really like. And last on the list is Secluded Oaks in Carmichael. This is a private cul-de-sac of about 12 custom built homes. Each one has between like half an acre to almost an acre size lot, and they're custom homes and they're pretty amazing. Now, the thing that I absolutely love about Secluded Oaks in Carmichael is the fact that it's a gated community, very private. All the neighbors know each other. There is no HOA, no melo-roos, and this is one of my favorite communities, and I'm so excited that we're listing this home. If you're looking for something, guys, where you don't have to be restricted by HOAs, but you still have a security gate to get in, and everyone chips in, and everyone treats an HOA that it should be, not restrictive, but everyone chips in. There's a fund. They're all chipping in for different things around the community and neighborhood. Like, this is how, in my opinion, HOA should be run. Like I said, there's no HOA fee. There's no real like set guidelines. They rely mainly on the CC&Rs, and they get together as a community and decide on like where the money should be spent and everything too. But for the most part, there's not a lot of those restrictions. You can build your ADUs, you can tear down your house, rebuild it any way you want. It's an amazing, amazing community in Carmichael, California. It's called Secluded Oaks. Like I said, custom homes, if you're looking for something like that, if you're looking for more land, if you want a great location like Carmichael has, this honestly could be my favorite community in all my favorite community neighborhood in all of Sacramento, just because I love the idea of having a gate. I love the idea of having a custom home. I love the idea of homes built on big chunks of land, no HOA fee, and definitely no melo-roos. Okay guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like I said, there's more communities in the Sacramento area that don't have HOAs and don't have melo-roos. So reach out to our team. We can give you a little bit of a list of what these are and the pros and cons to them as well too. But these 10 are the ones I'm specifically looking at for myself and my family. Now guys, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. Also subscribe to the channel because we're dropping some amazing content about the Sacramento area. Now, if you're someone who doesn't like melo-roos, if you're someone who doesn't like HOAs, or if you're someone who just have opinions on the Sacramento area, put them below. I'd love to get the audience kind of getting your feedback on it from people who live in the area, what your thoughts are on HOAs and melo-roos. Now guys, if you're thinking about moving in the area, please reach out to our team. We'd love to educate you, answer any questions you might have about the area. Guys, it's a big move, and like I said, a lot of times it can be a little daunting. We're here for you. We can answer any questions you might have, make you feel a little bit easier about the process. There's a Zoom link below. Also guys, if you live in the Sacramento area and you're thinking about selling your home, don't settle for the post in the ground realtors. Work with a team to get more eyeballs on your house than any other team in the area. We sell a lot of homes directly from YouTube, and we can market to other areas like the Bay Area, Los Angeles, and anywhere in the United States to get you those buyers moving into the area, as well as local Sacramento buyers. Now guys, I have a playlist right over there on more videos I did to educate you on the area. Again, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next video, this is Mark. Have a good one.